Journalite Situation Report. In this Situation Report program, we will discuss 10 different topics and give brief informations about them to you. 1. Eastern Front of Ukraine War, Battle of Bakhmut and impending Ukrainian counterattack. 2. Deployment of American nuclear submarine USS Florida to Persian Gulf. 3. Impending peace agreement between Houthis and Saudi Arabia and its effect on Yemen. 4. Iran's new Kamikaze unmanned aerial vehicle Mirage 532. 5. Claims about production of 40,000 rockets by Egyptian military factories for Russia. 6. Ukraine's F-16 fighter jet demands from the West. 7. Border clashes between Armenia and Azerbaijan and last situation in southern Caucasia. 8. Syrian Foreign Minister Faysal al-Miqdad's official visit to Saudi Arabia. 9. Drills conducted by Chinese Navy around Taiwan. 10. Leak of critical documents from Pentagon. 1. Eastern Front of Ukraine. Ukraine-Russia war goes on after 1 year, 1 month, 2-week and 5-day-long bloody battles that claimed hundreds of thousands of lives from both sides. Although front line does not move too much, battles are extremely bloody and hard, and main battles take place in Eastern Front, especially Bakhmut district of Donetsk. Battle of Bakhmut, which still goes on, is the bloodiest battle of Ukraine-Russia war. Bakhmut is very important for both sides since its strategic locations on main railway junctions of Donbass. Ukrainian army has been doing its best for months to hold the city and thus their casualties skyrocketed. That Ukrainian General Staff pumps low-trained mobilized soldiers to Bakhmut in order to fend off Wagner-led Russian units caused significant amount of losses. On the other hand, that the area where fighting has been taking place is too narrow and Russian superiority in terms of bombardment capacity via mortar, artillery, rocket, aviation and missile etc. caused the extremely rapid rise of Ukrainian losses and they surpassed Russians 4 or 5 times in terms of casualty. While Russians are slowly advancing in Bakhmut, Ukrainians are preparing for counteroffensive and amassing troops in Zaporizhia sector of front. When the land becomes available and thanks to increase of temperature, it is expected that they will begin counteroffensive with full force. Nearly 300,000 infantry, including reserves, will participate, of course in coordination with newly arrived Western armored technicals. If Ukrainians achieve their goals and reach the shores of Azov Sea, they will be able to hit Crimean Bridge with HIMARS, although they have no ATA-CMS munitions. Two. Deployment of American nuclear submarine in Persian Gulf. American Navy sent one of its strongest submarine, nuclear-powered USS Florida to Persian Gulf. This submarine has a huge firepower. It can carry 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles. We can say that this deployment is a show of force due to increasing Chinese diplomatic efforts and mediation works in the Middle East. American Navy had not sent this type of submarine to Persian Gulf for years. That Iran and Saudi Arabia began the normalization process with the help of China worries the United States of America. Additionally, there is no sign of any impending strategic strike against Iran yet. 3. Impending peace agreement between Saudi Arabia and Houthis. Normalization between Iran and Saudi Arabia triggered another peace process between Houthis and Saudi Arabia in Yemen. After 8 years, Saudi-led coalition appears to accept its failure in Yemen. Process is progressing in favor of Houthis right now, but they have to be recognized as legitimate government of Yemen and expel all foreign forces from country for a full victory. 4. Iran's new Kamikaze unmanned aerial vehicle, Mirage 532. Newly developed Iranian Kamikaze unmanned aerial vehicle, Mirage 532 entered into service. This drone can fly 3 hours at the altitude of 12,000 feet and its range is 45 kilometers. Kamikaze drones are one of the most important part of Iranian military doctrine. 5. Claims about production of 40,000 rockets by Egypt for Russia. Some media outlets claimed that Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi ordered military factories to produce 40,000 rockets for Russian army. This claim could not confirmed like previous and the same ones about North Korea and China. Russian military industry and large Soviet-era weapon depots are able to supply Russian army and welcome its requirements in Ukraine, at least for now. 6. Ukraine's F-16 fighter jet demand from the West. Ukraine demanded modern F-16 warplanes from the West. Despite heavy casualties, Ukrainian Air Force is still operating Su-24, Su-25, Su-27 and MiG-29 jets, and they are being used mostly against ground targets with JDAM bombs, which delivered by the United States recently. F-16s can be used in air-to-air combat duties, but usage of these types of jets is extremely problematic due to Russian surface-to-air missile threats. Also, air bases and runways are not suitable for F-16s in Ukraine. Supply of F-16s is out of question as of now. 7. Border clashes between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Militaries of both countries clashed with each other a few days ago as usual. While sporadic clashes erupt sometimes, the situation is calm now. Main destabilization source of southern Caucasia is Iranian-Azeri border. Newly signed security cooperation agreement between Israel and Azerbaijan caused security concerns in Tehran. 8. Faysal Miqdad Saudi Arabia visit. Minister of Foreign Affairs of Syria, Faysal al-Miqdad, paid an official visit to Saudi Arabia. This was the first official visit paid by a high-ranked Syrian officer to Saudi Arabia for more than a decade. Normalization process is progressing between Syria and Arab monarchies. Only two countries remained rejecting normalization with Syria, Qatar and, of course, Turkey. 9. Chinese Navy drills around Taiwan. Chinese Navy conducted one of its biggest military drills around Taiwan this week. Drills in which more than 100 fighter jets and 20 warships participated impose a siege on islands and press a strike on lethal infrastructure of Taiwan has been simulated. 10. Leak of top-secret documents from Pentagon. Last week, we witnessed the biggest top-secret documents leak from the United States of America. A lot of top-secret documents related to countries' national security interests poured into internet and shocked the world. Although we are doubtful about authenticity of documents, especially about Ukraine, the FBI's operation to capture the spy who leaked the documents revealed that the Pentagon takes this issue serious. This is the end of our global situation report. See you in next report soon.